In order to clear an energetical block, we need to find it. And in this video, I will show you how you can find it and how easy it is to dissolve it afterwards. Hello, my name is Sarah. Welcome to my channel. I am a psychic healer and activator, among other things. And I'm excited about teaching energy work. This video will focus on finding energy blocks that can be related with or not trauma. It can be made out of many things. It can be the underlying reason for example, physical manifested disease. It can be trapped emotions that were not processed. It can be energetical blocks, if you believe it or not, related with spiritual ascension, with past lives, with generational trauma, okay? It doesn't matter the source. You don't even have to know it consciously. It doesn't matter the source. It doesn't matter the origin or how long you have been dealing with it. You can just dissolve it. So stage one is identification. And in order to identify it, you have to feel it. There are people who have the ability to see it because they have developed their clairvoyance or other type of clairs abilities. But in your case, if you don't have it, we all have the ability to perceive our sensations. It's a perception, right? We have our senses. And there is another one, that is the feeling. We don't talk much about this. We just talk more about the senses that interact with physical reality. But actually it's through emotions that we interact with ourselves. So it's a sense that connects with us, with who we are, with the dimensionality of our beings, and with our higher self or higher connections, okay? So this is the sense that I want you to use. I even have videos about it. You can tap into that if you want to develop more your intuition or how to talk with your spirit guides. You can watch those later, okay? Right now, I want you to focus on how you feel. Because if you have an energetical block, you will feel it. But you don't identify it as that. Do you ever, for example, have a sensation in a part of your body that it's always there? Like, for example, it can be an emotion or a stuck feeling in the heart, or some acute pain that it's in a specific part of your body, like a hip you don't move, or an injury that keeps going and coming, a chronic manifestation of, for example, an inflammation. It goes and comes and goes and comes. Okay. So all of this is energy that it's not flowing in your body. This can also be from sources of mental dysfunctionals, that you are coping still with something that traumatic that happens to you. For example, this personalization and the realization, what people describe like sensations of cotton-like head, or I feel like my body has an armor around it. Guess what? Energetically, this is exactly what's happening. And I will explain this. Energy can take forms even if you don't see it. Everything that we see materialized, it's already energy that got so condensed in a specific frequency, in a specific imprint, that then took form in physical. But there is a precedence to this, and the precedence is the energy itself. Okay, we can argue that that's a symbol, that's a representation. The same energy can be represented as something in your subconscious mind and something else in mine. Okay, I agree with that. But that's also okay. Because if it's your own block, it's your own energy, you just need to find your own symbols for that. It doesn't mean that, like, for example, sadness, blocked sadness in the chest will manifest in the same way for everyone, but it doesn't matter. What matters is that you find how it's manifesting in you, okay? And now I feel that I confuse you a bit, right? Because it's not manifested in the physical world. Well, emotions are also manifestation. Energy is also manifestations, okay? Because manifestations is something that exists. It comes from the manifesto. Materialization is something that has manifested in physical reality, okay? So they can be intertwined sometimes, but they are not the same. So if an emotion is manifested in you, if a pain, which can also be interpreted as an emotion, but it's not, it's a somatic sensation, it's in your body, then you have your clue there. And what I want you to do is you will close your eyes like you do in a meditation, and you will feel into it. And in that moment, you will be just that. It's like your consciousness will be focused just on that. Okay? Imagine that it's like your toe, your big toe. All of a sudden, all of your consciousness, it's like your beingness is the toe, nothing else. And you are just there present with that. When you find this presence, this embrace that your awareness has, dove deep there, you will make questions to yourself. It's like, how does it feel like? If we have a color, which color would it have? Does it have a shape? Does it have a form? Does it have a sound? What sensations can I relate with this? All these questions are just guiding posts. You can actually make questions intuitively, or maybe by tuning into it immediately. This also can happen, especially if you have practice. Immediately something will surface in you. You will have immediately this sensation of, for example, like I just used the armor, right? I feel like I have a armor inside of me. So that's your energetical block. It's represented in a form of an armor, I'm sorry, around you, right? So when you identify it, that's it. That's there. Now, second, you will use your imagination to dissolve it. In this case, for example, if I have a harmony, I'm around this word, I don't know why. Around you, what I can imagine, for example, it's that I'm cutting it open here and then I'm taking it out. I took it out. So that is energy, it's not more around me, it's out, right? If I imagine, for example, it comes along that it's some type of a box, that it's close and that is heavy, it's a metal box. I can imagine to take that box out of me as well and put it out. If it is something that it's wooden made, I can imagine that it's burning and now it's smoke and the smoke goes away. So whatever it is that you find a form, that you already have a concept in the physical world, you can treat it like if you were doing that in the physical world, right? You have something that it's made of glass, what you would do it? Maybe smash it, right? Smash it until it disappears. Okay. So the examples are many. I think you already got the idea. What it's important is when the energy is outside of you, it's still energy. But now you could put it outside of you. So now I want you to use that energy and transmute it. What I'm using here, I call this video Energy Work 2.0, but this is actually already 3 or 5.0. But I'm in the flow and I'm being guided to say this, so I will keep going. This is energy, and this energy, it's yours. So you will not just take it out and put it in, you will transmute it. So in the third step is this energy, if you feel into it, has an imprint. That is the imprint of what you were feeling. It's an emotion, it's a frequency, right? With your intention now, you will, and the imagination, you will change it. The example of the wood, for example, it is burning, and now it's smoke or ashes, right? And I'm liberating this energy. And this energy now can be used. And in the moment that is liberating, you put an intention and say, this energy will be used for my physical health. This energy will be used, and even environments, you can put this, for my flowers to grow. This energy now you will be used to help me to become more aware of my blocks, whatever it is. But you use this energy. Or you can send it someone with love, like you put love and say, yeah, someone that needs love right now will receive this and blow it away. And you are sending that energy. Okay, so you are transmuting energy. This is the true alchemist work. Okay, it's not just being able to release the energy, but to transform it and to give it a different purpose. And we humans have that power. We are just disconnected from it, like for centuries, if not millenniums. But if we actually access the true origin of our beingness, which is energy, which is the soul, and we understand that this body is a vehicle for that, we can expand our consciousness and awareness to perceive this world a bit wider than what we have been taught. It's it's easily understand if you use like science or physics example. We know that there are birds or other type of animals that they can hear frequencies that we can't, which tell us immediately that our physical perception is limited. It's not that those sounds, those waves are not out there, they are, but we cannot perceive them, right? Imagine that we could develop our ears and now start to tapping into those frequencies as well. And same goes for, smelling or seeing spectrum. We just see this, what we call the color spectrum, but there are more frequencies, but you don't see the rays, right? You don't see the X-rays, for example, or above or below that color that we call the frequencies, right? But imagine that we could develop, our cells could mutate, and we could develop to the point that now we have receptors in those cells to capture different frequencies. Then we would be able to widen, open more our perception of what exists in the physical world, what we call physical world, right? Now, what I'm teaching you is how to expand your awareness, your conscious awareness, by being able to tap through your feelings, through your emotions, through your physical senses, and tap into a reality that maybe was not directly perceived, but nonetheless is real. It's not just because we don't perceive it with our senses that it doesn't exist. It exists, right? So it's possible to do this. Regarding the mutations and the examples that I say, I don't know, maybe in the future, but just the fact that it's logical and it is, one can create it in our heads, it's already a possibility that maybe this can happen one day. I don't know. But the point here is that we have this ability and we can practice and we can train it and develop. And the more we do and we do this work, the more it will expand. And not only expand, the more it can be of service for our own well-being. Because imagine if you dissolve all energetical blocks that you have that are attached to your emotional and psychological and spiritual body, like, we will not get sick because you don't have the underlying imprint beneath what is a disease manifested in the physical body. And again, I can use science to back this up. We already know that this is how it happens. We already know, for example, it started very, very, how can I say, raw, but maybe 20 years ago, the first studies came that people that are depressed, people that have tendencies for feeling more isolated or sad, they have a lower immune system functionality. And even this was affecting, because 70% of our immune system actually lives in the biome of the bacteria that we hold in our intestines, right? So they were measuring one thing and measuring and comparing with people that have other type of vitality, creativity, lifestyle, and it was like astonished, the difference. And yeah, one can say, yeah, maybe then it's the quality of the biome of the bacteria and the immune system that is already genetic that then affects the emotions and then affects the psychological state. One could say this, but it was also already proven that it's the opposite, because the minute that the person has a mindset shift, and throughout the years, many people, monks especially, that has done meditations and so on, and they do resonance measures and evaluations, they see the difference between what was before and what was now. So it's actually by changing the energetical, the emotional, psychological state that then this has an impact on the physical health. So all this just to say that we have this ability and it's possible to develop, and it can be fun even. You can try it out, you can work with yourself, and you can be creative. And understanding the energy, how the energy works in your body, it can become quite magical. And I love this because this is magic. You see, I know people have a concept about magic, about witchcraft and so on, as from the 13th century, but it's just because we are not understanding, we are not aware and consciously developed to understand what is this dimensionality of our existence. If we start to develop this and to understand it more and more, then we can tap into it in a way that it's useful for us, and there is no mystery. There is only transformation. There is only evolution. There is only like health and fun, and we can play with this and we can be creative, right? But whether we believe this or not, it's not a matter of belief. It's a matter of experience. It's a matter of self-grounding in a reality that only you can find. No one can tell you this. I cannot tell you this. God himself could come and could not tell. That I don't know. But, it's like what I want to say. It's that you are already God incarnated. So if we go there, if God is everything, we exist, we are God. So this is the concept that I have. So, but getting to the point is, you will have this ability to create and to understand and to expand through your own experience. It's not just like protocol, like we go to school or to college and we learn something that someone said, and then you do as someone said, and then the outcome is as someone said, and you just go and repeat it. No. Here we are into the completely realm. We are into the realm where you are the teacher, where you are the student, where you are the protagonist, where you are the master of your own reality, if you wish to do so. Of course, there are people who have already knowledge, who have already experience. We can interchange them. That's beautiful. But you need to be the one sitting yourself in your own chair and do your own work and say, yeah, I'm sovereign over myself. I can do this. I can master my own energy. I can create my own reality. I can manifest the thoughts and the emotions that I want to think and to feel. I can have the healthy and the life and the looks and the appearance as I wish so. And then the external world will mirror that. And this, again, it's not a matter of understanding or not understanding, or believing or not believing. It's a matter of own it, ownership. You own it, you become it, you dedicate yourself to it, and you evolve through it. So seek knowledge outside, but wisdom is knowledge that has been experienced. And then you can talk from a place of knowingness. You talk from a place of wisdom. Was something that was generated in you. It's something that you can talk, you can understand, you can experience, you can share. Because it's your own life experience. It's not about reading 15 books. It's like the same, like you can learn everything about a car and how to drive it. And then the first time you sit in the drive thing, like you turn on the key and then you already don't know how to do things. So maybe you even try and then bam, the car goes off. Why? Because you never drove. So it's the same. You need to start driving your own car, even though you have an instruction manual, even though you need to have a license. You will learn how to drive if you start driving your own car. And you are your own car and the driver. That's the thing. That's the funny part. So do this, Start whatever you have to start. If you have to start to practice how to identify those blocks, start there. Then have fun, creative ways how to identify and take them out. Then transform. Then use that energy as you please. For good things, for your health, for abundance, for more love, for healing, for inspirational ideas, whatever you want, okay? And then practice this and go on and on and on until you find a way that works for you. Because maybe what I'm explaining, it's just a result of my own experience. Imagine what cannot be the magic of you finding your own things. Like I'm guiding you through something, and then in every new of your own human consciousness, you find something that it's not in this video or anything that I said or someone else said, and you go like, oh my God, what is this? If you get to that point, don't get scared. Get curious instead. Okay, I got to this point. This is not here before, no one talked. But instead of approaching with fear, you go like, okay, but this is me, this is my energy. Anything that exists in my reality is mine. So what is this? And approach it with curiosity and connect with it, feel it, to see what is, and make questions and ask for help to your higher mind. So you make questions to understand what is. And by doing so, you open up again a bit more your door of awareness of yourself. And you can integrate that in your own experience. And you can convert that into wisdom. And maybe, perhaps, who knows, share that with other people that had not been there before.